Finishing it off, they have reached 3,000.
Oh my god.
Hello. We've reached fruits.
What? They got 3,000?
Well, yeah,
Hell
we're You know what, chat? Just to keep it for old time's sake.
I think I should do the rest of the recording just like this. Just,
No, maybe you shouldn't.
no,
that.
just so that if anyone watches it, they won't feel too weird. You know, everything will feel the same quality.
You didn't sound that bad before. Come
no,
on now.
no, this is the appropriate one to do.
Here it is, February 22nd, 2020. Oh my god. Wait, 2020.
2021?
2020.
5 years ago.
Chat, I don't even think Gargura existed around that time. In the last episode, which I kind of remember actually. Monica.
Did you didn't like look at any videos of this or anything? You were
Nope.
just going off of memory.
I might. I was considering, because hold on. If I remember this.
What if you're wrong?
If I remember the last episode correctly, last time Monica ended up we went to a safe house in the middle of like the clearing or something somewhere to protect Monica because she's being targeted because she looks like the girl that's in the middle of the title screen. I can't think of her name anymore. Because remember, that was like her whole plot, is that she looks like the girl in the middle of the screen. Sayonica. That wasn't her actual name. Isuki, is that her name? Okay, thank you, chat. She looked like her, and so she was getting kidnapped. She almost got kidnapped that one time, and we were like, we gotta take her to a safe place. So then we took her there, and then we trained her how to defend herself, but like, that didn't matter because she still got kidnapped. So it was kind of pointless to even train her to defend herself. And then our MC finds somebody, he interrogates a guy, and I think that was the last thing that happened. We interrogated a guy. Yeah, here it is. I don't know how much of this mod we have left. I'm assuming it's not much, but we'll see.
What if it's like 6 hours?
That would be insane, but I don't think that's true. Walking into Julia's office, I take a seat on one of the couches and lean back. She sits at her desk, looking through notes gathered during the interrogation. She eyes me for a brief second before turning her attention to the papers laid before her. So, what do you got? Well, the general explanation checks out. Only issue is going this mysterious man that approached him. He wanted Monica brought to the docks, but never specified where. The hard part about that is the maritime district is very large. Pushing it completely would be too obvious, and scouting it out would waste time. And we don't even know if this guy's aware we captured his cronies. That is true. While I was in there, I was thinking about that. After approaching them, he disappeared and didn't provide any contact information. Smart on his end. No way of tying him to the act other than the anecdotal. Why can't I say the word? It's Monica. Anecdotal. Thank you.
Yes.
This is why you're here. Thank
Monica.
you. What?
Monica.
Monica, help! Anecdotal information we got from a detainee. I nod my head and continue silently thinking. I can only assume that Monica was going to be brought to the docks so she could be smuggled off land. The thing about that is, as Julia said, is that the maritime district is huge. We would be marking ourselves too conspicuous by searching around. Unless we find some way to identify this man and locate him, we're out of luck. Sighing in frustration, I look out the window behind Julia and into the sky. Before long, Julia's eyes widen. Wait a second. I think I may have something. What is it? Turning to look at her, she starts to type away on her laptop. So, our little detained friend mentioned that the amount offered was $3 million. Correct. Why? There has to be some trail leading to the operation of that sum of money. Appropriation of that sum of money. Funds must have been prepared before meeting with anyone. If we can't find any transactions in the last 2 weeks around that amount, we can narrow down banks, branches, locations, and then finally, camera footage. But the hard part is locating the bank that was used for the transaction. And judging since the plan was to most likely smuggle Monica out of port, it could be an international bank rather than local. That's just great. Leaning my head back to the rest on the couch, I shrug and slap my head against my lap. My hands against my lap. It's more time devoted to locating information that we're not entirely sure will lead us anywhere. I want you to focus on protecting Monika. Plus, it isn't just you and I working on this. Miyuki's going to be helping too. And if you can recall, Miyuki has experience in international operations. Have we met Miyuki? Is this just a character that's being thrown? I'm gonna be real. I feel like I remembered a good portion of this route. I don't remember Miyuki.
I'm pretty sure that's the Psionica.
No, that's
right.
not, because she's dead. Like she's like gone or something. Like something happened to her.
That's why. It's like it was like a,
It's like the Ted meme. It was like, yeah, too bad they got her. What do you mean they got her? That's Julia's assistant. I don't think we did. I would assume so. His handler, I believe. Is this not
familiar. I feel like we have seen her.
Even chat's lost. Chat, this is not a flashback. No, this is current day. We're talking about Monika being kidnapped. Wait, if she's dead, why do they think Monika's her? Or then maybe she's not dead. Something happened to her or something, because their MC doesn't like to think about it. So I don't know. She was an Easter Branch agent at one point. And you managed to snag her away from them? She opted to transfer to a more stable environment. Chuckling, I lift my head from the couch. I'll also assign a small task force to scout out different areas of the docks for anyone matching the description we have. Me when I'm chuckling while my girlfriend is kidnapped. Not something we can fully rely on right now, but if they happen to come across anything, it would prove useful. Good idea. Give me the number for the agent that will lead the squad. Why? Communication, that's all. I'm hesitant to provide that, but not enough to fully decline. Just don't do anything stupid, okay? Can't afford stupid right now. Why is like the music like randomly like sounds like there's like bugs in my ear? It's like
I think it's ambient sound. Like they're trying to just make it seem like an ambient sort of track.
I guess, because that's what I'm like. I don't like that noise. That's what I'm like, what the fuck is that? Because I'm like, is there music here? And it's like, there is music. There's a little. That's the music. I shoot Julia a glare and start to stand up. Where are you going? Nowhere important. Call me when you're ready to go. All right then. We went to the sky. Oh, we went outside. Walking through the grass, I look up through the branches of overhead trees. The moon provides a faint blue light across the land. However, when I return my gaze to what is in front of me, my phone vibrates. Flipping it open, I respond to the call. Hello? Hello, sir. This is Agent Foster. What do you got? Sir, we think we may have a positive ID on the target. Where are you? 57th and Boardwalk. Eastern Maritime District. I'll be there in 5 minutes. That's a really quick call. What? Keep surveying and let me know if you find out anything else. Aye, aye, sir. Removing the handset from my ear. So it's a handset. Maybe it meant headset. I don't know. I press N to walk. I'm assuming. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's an agent thing. We don't know. I'm not an agent. Maybe there's the handsets. Press N to walk down the hill I was sitting. When I reach a concrete divider separating a small land division from the road, I hop it and start down the sidewalk. I double check my apparel to make sure I remain inconspicuous and not as easily recognizable. Sport a black baseball cap, white shirt, dark blue jeans, and some Nike sneakers.
The brand placement is crazy.
No, it's not the brand placement. It's Nike. This is the same thing. We just played a mod that did this. Was it fucking
Nike?
Was it not Battle Plus Ultimate? We just played a mod that did this, and I thought it was funny because I was like, well, you can't really still make it the same word. You can't make it be pronounced the same way, because then I'm like, then what's the point?
You can. You can, because it's not the actual spelling, so that's not the brand.
But it just sounds stupid. That's my thing. Like, at least come up with like a different thing. You'd be like my Athena sneakers or something, you know, like name it after another god. Also, I'm like, it just looks silly.
My Zeus sneakers.
Definitely not an outfit I would wear on my own, but it will work for tonight. I just thought this was funny because he was like, all right, well, call me when we're ready. I'll be outside. And she's like, okay. He goes outside, looks up at the sky for like, not even like a minute, and he's already, they're already ready. What's the point of going outside? I was like, oh, this is gonna like, he's gonna get into like some nice little, He's gonna think about stuff, and it's like, oh, nope, he didn't. Not at all. Turn up the music, please, Zero. I hate to inform you, there's no music here. There's not that the music's down. There is no music. See? This is just silence. I was like, trust me, I checked. I turned it up a little bit. I was like, the only music was when they had that little thing earlier.
Yeah, it's meant to be quiet, I believe.
Oh, back in the office, we didn't say anything there was. Well, yeah, that was because that was the only, like, sound. The rest of it was, like, very much ambient music, and it wasn't very loud. The editing people will hear it, though. Because I'll probably have turned that part up, maybe. Approaching a dimly lit crosswalk, I noticed the agent who just called me. Sits at a bus stop next to the staircase leading down to a boardwalk. After crossing the street, I sit next to the agent at the bus stop. He's dressed in a gray tank top, black baggy jeans, and bright red shoes, presumably an expensive brand. I lean back and stretch my arms across the bench. What do you got? So, based on the specifics provided in our briefing, I've tailed a man matching your description. His behavior was hard to discern. He was dropped off by a red sedan and walked straight down these stairs into the building on the far left. This guy is either the guy we're looking for, like baiting us, or they for some reason gave us a very specific description of a random man and gave him a name. Like, I'm going to assume he's the guy we're looking for, because I feel like there would be no other reason to give this guy a name and a description. I see. Did he notice you? If he did, he definitely had me fooled. Turning my head to the side, I glanced at a car driving past. Who else is here with you? Connors and Ruham. And where are they? North and west sides. Nothing from them so far? No one matching your description, sir. Alright, you're on me. Aye, aye, sir. Lifting myself from the bench, I take a quick stretch and start down the stairs. To the building on the far left, eh? Reaching a bend, I follow a path to the left until I'm met with a rather large gray building. Definitely some sort of supply and storage. Supporting the building is a chain link fence that stands about 10 feet high. Various no trespassing signs are bolted to the fence posts. Ignoring them, I walk past the gate entrance into the property. How dare you! Keeping as nonchalant as possible in case I am found, I walk casually around the front of the building. The dark structure has all signs or lettering removed, leaving only a sun-bleached imprint behind on the wall. Even though there's no advertisement on the walls itself, it's surprisingly well maintained. There isn't any trash on the ground, the fences are damaged, and the door to the building is surprisingly new. I walk alongside of the building, checking my corners for cameras. Huge behind me taps on my shoulder. When I look back, he points up. There's a camera aiming toward the edge of the dock. Did you see the man enter the building? From my view, I saw him walk down the side of the building toward the back. I assume that's why the camera's there. Interesting. Should we try the front door? No. A building like this was obviously at one point business operated. I would assume right now he's considered after hours since there's no foot traffic to and from the building. My game didn't like glitch, right? Like there's just no music here. Like I thought there'd be like some like sneaking music or something. Like some like secret agent music. Yeah, no, there's just silence. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. We know that above us is a security system of some sort. If we try the front door, it could trip an alarm and jeopardize everything. Not to mention there are probably cameras inside. I see. So in that case, we should probably locate a way to temporarily disable the security system. How do you suppose we do that? If I recall correctly, there should be both an internal and external security box installed. One out here to supply power to the outside cameras, and another one on the inside for the same purpose. These boxes can usually be located near more where the outside utilities are kept. So we need to find the external box and use it to turn off the cameras outside. However, that's going to cause some sort of alarm to anyone watching the cameras. Not unless we can set up a camera loop, which we can't because the loop has to attach to the camera. So we are going to need to get that camera. The looks up to the roof? He looks up to the roof, I'm assuming is what I meant to be. I did not think there'd be this many grammar errors. Of course, never is simple, isn't it? We can at least get a decent picture.
There's only one grammar checker, right?
I thought there was 2. Or like 3.
I don't know.
I mean, it's not like they've been like terrible. It's just there's been more than I was expecting. We can at least get a decent picture of the guy. I can show it to my source and determine if he's our guy. And if he is, sir, then there won't be anything stopping me from taking him. Aye, aye, sir. I can get the picture for you. How? Give me a boost up to that pipe right there. I'll climb up and go in from the roof. If my architectural education is still competent, this is designed with a warehouse in mind. The roof will have access to the management office, which, if I'm quiet enough, I can try to see if I can locate him. If he's inside, which I think he is, I can snap the picture. Sounds good enough to me. He takes several steps back to get distance from me. I prepare my stance and cup my hands near my knee. Ready? Mm-hmm. I nod and he runs toward me. He jumps and plants his right foot in my hands. Pushing up on my knees and then with my arms, I throw him up as high as I can. Catches onto the pipe and starts to climb up it to the roof. I'm hoping Foster ends up being a very important character because I'm getting a lot of info about this man that I feel might be very relevant. Because now I know his name is Foster. He's got an architectural class.
Does he have Sprite? I'm not looking.
No.
He's not important.
Those are all like, he took an architectural class. His name's Foster. He's got 2 other guys. I'm hoping he becomes important, or somehow we just have all this information about some random ass dude that I can't even see. He gets on the pipe and starts to climb it up to the roof. Damn, he moves fast. Crouching down and staying in the shadows, I maintain my patience and wait. After a few minutes, I receive a picture message. In the middle of a dark room is a group of people talking. One of them is a black suit and a red tie, short black hair, and very ominous face as described. Perfect. Saving the picture, I send it to Miyuki and Julia and wait for their response. Agent looks down at me and begins to climb down. When he drops to the dirt, he looks at me and dusts himself off. Oh, right. Julia was... Okay, now to correct what I said earlier. That's why he got the call quickly. It was because we didn't get the call from Julia. Julia was trying to get the... Julia was gonna get the info on the guy, but one of our people got, I guess, the info first, I guess. I think was what happened, right? Yeah. That's why we got the call so quickly, because one of our guys was like, hey, turns out I found him. And it was like, what? Like, yeah, he was in this building.
He's chilling. He was being chill.
I was not like, hey, I think I found him. And he's like, what? When he drops to the dirt, he looks at me and dusts himself off. Good enough? Very well done. Let's leave and wait for our response. Aye, sir. Taking the baseball cap off my head, I walk over to a silver SUV parked on the side of the road and get into the back. Wish we could see the image. Yeah, it's... So, there is something where it's like, I don't typically judge mods for not obviously having visuals for certain things. Because, mods at the end of the day, you shouldn't be having to use money for them anyway, right? But it's like, there are some things that I think you could get away with putting a background somewhere. Like, I don't really get mad at the whole points up to the sky if you don't have the assets for the background. That's understandable. But it's like...
This mod does that a lot.
That's the problem, yeah. It's like, when you're sitting here for like 20 or so lines of just looking at the sky, it does start to get a little like, okay. Like, it feels like you need to get a little creative or figure out to put the story in a different way to make it work. That isn't just staring at the sky. Like, you gotta, like, kind of move your story a bit to where you don't have to be in that background for too long. Because it's like, yeah, because a lot of this right now, we've been reading for I don't know how long, and we've just been looking at the sky background. Especially for some backgrounds, I feel like you definitely could have found something for. Like, this is just us walking somewhere. We could have just put, like, a random-ass background of a place.
It also it feels like an attempt to, while the developer was coding, it feels like it's an attempt for the developer to skip, to cut corners so that they don't have to call sprites and stuff.
See, I don't know. I'd agree with you on that, but I feel like a part of me feels like it was legitimately just they didn't have the background to be able to show this off. And it's like, so then it was like, well, I can't do anything, so I'll just put the sky. My point is, sometimes you're going to have to adjust your story to accommodate what you're able to do, Like, if you realize you don't really have a background for that, then you're going to have to be like, well, we can't really have a scene here, so we're going to have to move this somewhere else. Like, I've had to do that a few times at Vigilante, where there's been things where I've wanted in the original to be somewhere, but I've realized I don't really know how we're going to be able to be in that location for that long. So I'm like, all right, we're going to have to move this a little bit. Because, yeah, that's where I'm like, that's why it's like, I don't want to fully say I think it's the developer trying to rush You know, it's like, I think it was just they didn't have the assets for it, and they were like, well, I'll just keep the sky background then on. But it's like, yeah, from a reading standpoint, it's not very interesting to look at visually because there's nothing to see. At this point, our neck is just stuck in place looking up all the time. Yeah, you just, His roots have the defense of being an old mod. To a degree, like I said, but it was also like Fruit still released around the time I think other mods released that still had like backgrounds and stuff, and it's like you could still change, and it still had plenty of backgrounds in other things too. So I'm saying it's not like they had limited assets to free backgrounds. There was definitely ways around this, is what I'm trying to say. The other 3 agents await me. Ah! Rummaging
That
through
was someone yelling at the dog.
this poor dog. Rummaging through a black Kevlar duffel bag, I grab a change of clothes. Gear up. I'm going to get ready to move. Aye, aye, sir. Oh my god, it's background. Following an infrared marker that point. Still no music? Okay, is mine glitched? Like, there's something, right? No, okay, just making sure my sound is working. Following an infrared. Oh, no, that's like they misspelled infrared. I think that's supposed to be infrared. Infrared marker that points in the sky. We finally, actually, no, that's the thing is how you spell. Whatever. Infrared marker that points in the sky. We finally get everything we need to bring this man in. He's visited a corner store a little while back, and we've determined he lives in a hotel on the east side of town. That's where he's going right now. We must have followed this guy for several hours, just in this car alone, tracking his every movement. After Julia confirmed the image with the detainee, we decided it was our time to strike. We're just waiting for him to reach a checkpoint we've set. He's almost at the hotel, sir. I have the bag prepared. I have the gag ready. Good. Let's do it. Raham speeds up the car and veers into a road, leading us to the hotel. As we drive up to it, we spot the man in the suit heading for the front entrance. Stop the car behind him, get out, and rush him. Startled, he looks back at us, giving Foss the ability to apply the gag, and Connors to wrap a potato sack around his head. Okay, I'm starting to also see there's no sound. I forgot there was no sound effects for Fruits either. Also, yeah, yes, a gag. I'm assuming he wants to, they're trying to make sure he doesn't speak. But if they have a bag over his head, I don't know if they need the gag.
You can still talk with the bag over your head.
I guess. Potato sack around his head.
I have to go do dishes, so I'll be back.
Okay. 3 of us quickly grab him and drag him to the car before anyone can notice or stop us. After he's loaded into the vehicle, we get inside and Ram speeds away. Foster's, Connors, and Ram have giant smiles on their faces. I, however, only have my trademark scowl. He has that trademarked? We have this man now. This isn't over in the slightest. Foster and I secure the man's hands and legs with zip ties and keep him still until we arrive at the field office. I can Monica clean my dishes too. I'm too lazy. Honestly, so true. Okay, oh, is this the guy's point of view? Oh, this is Monica's point of view. We're still getting this? Alright, sure. Splashing some warm water in my face, I quickly dry off with a towel. Doing a quick beauty check to make sure everything looks alright, I walk back out into the living room. Kind of ominous when no one else is here with me, but I can endure it. Zero and Julia said they were going to do some important stuff today, and that Jeff would come by to check on me soon. I appreciate everyone caring about me to such a degree, but I'd rather just be with Zero. Lately, he's been different. Wait, well, I thought she was kidnapped. Wait, what? Was she not kidnapped? I thought she was. Oh, okay. Maybe she wasn't. Maybe I am getting confused with Sayori route. All right, then I take back what I said. I guess she wasn't kidnapped. Right, so yeah, an attempt was made on her, and we're trying to see who did the attempt. Okay, so she wasn't kidnapped. Lately, he's been different. Like how he was when I first met him. Very abrasive, closed off, and cold. He's been like that the whole time. When did he change? If it isn't anything with me, it has to be everything that's going on. I've never known Zero to stress about anything before, at least until now. He barely sleep at night. He tosses and turns. Sometimes he talks in his sleep or just lies in bed awake for hours. But he wakes up in the morning, commenting that he slept fine, when I obviously know he didn't. Well, great. Now all my jokes about about us chuckling while Monica was kidnapped were just wrong. He could have called her. At that time, he was looking up at the ceiling. He could have, time he was looking up at the sky. He could have like made a call. Could have like called her to see if everything's okay. Update her. Something. hurts my feelings a little that he doesn't tell me when he's stressed or scared. Since I've been around Julia a lot lately, I've been learning more about him. Especially that he's very vengefully protective. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm sure it has something to do with Azuki. I know I shouldn't mind that too much, but in my mind, I keep picturing him with this girl. She was popular in Japan, and she got along together very well. He and she got along together very well. And then I look at myself and kind of realize that I'm not all that. Never compare yourself to others. You're too special of a girl for that. Those words wash over me like a shower of relief, but it's still hard to shake. Opening the door and stepping out onto the porch, I take a moment to breathe in the country air. Much different than what you would breathe in the city. Much cleaner here. To be expected, I guess. The carbon footprint out here is much smaller than where I live. No matter what, I long to be home. Back in my house, safe and sound, without the worries I carry now. I assume is another factor into Zero being so stressed. Sure, he can see my discomfort and wants to rectify it as quickly as he can. But all in all, I miss the literature club more than anything. Sayori, Yuri, Natsuki, all of you become close friends with me since the inception of the club. And I miss all of you dearly. Julia left me her cell in case I need to call for an emergency. But I think I might give Sayori a call. Probably worried sick since the last thing I told her before leaving was... Because of what happened, I'm going to be taking a break from everything for a while. You're the interim president until I'm back. Sayori had many questions, of course, but didn't have anything to answer them with at the time. But at the least I can do is call her and let her know I'm safe. Using Julia's phone, I call Sayori. Oh my god, Sayori time. Hello? Hey there, Sayori. Monika? I haven't heard from you since you left. Is everything okay? I've been fine, Sayori. I'm just out of town for a while with Zero. Well, no kidding. You and him just disappeared after you told me to take over for a bit. You should know not to drop something like that on me. I need time to prepare. Sorry about that. I'll make it up to you when I come back. So, you're safe? Yeah. That's good. How's Zero? Well, he's not doing too well. What? What do you mean? I think all the stress is finally getting to him. I'll just keep it there. Alright. What type of stuff are you two doing out there? Well, both Zero and his guardian Julia have been teaching me self-defense. Self-defense? Like, fighting? Kinda, yeah. I don't think I could picture you hitting someone, Monika. You're too sweet. Thank you for that, Sayori. How's Natsuki and Yuri? They're doing fine. We all just kind of read today during the club. I couldn't plan anything for us. Being club president's hard. How do you make it look so easy, Monika? I don't know. I guess it just came naturally. Well, we all miss you. We hope you come back soon, safe and sound. Alright? Alright, Sayori. I promise. Yay! So, what are you up to right now, Monika? Just wanted to check in on you. I'm gonna go on a walk right now and clear my head. Oh, then I won't keep you. Please stay safe, okay? I promise. Wait, what? Wait, why? Huh? Wait, hold on. Why are you going for a walk? What? Do you know why you're here? What? This is the type of shit I was talking about. Why is like, okay, so clearly it's not just Sayori route where Monika isn't very smart. I guess even in Monika route, Monika isn't very smart. Because I remember my main issue with the Sayori route was that Monika, like, just didn't warn MC in the slightest and just went with some guy about a hostage situation with Sayori. And once again, Monika is just doing things that don't make any sense. Why did Toast leave a message in chat? Zero, I have questions after this stream. Why are you playing this? I will answer your questions after stream, Toast. I promise. Good night. Good night. At least she understood. At least she understood why I'm not around anymore. I was worried about that. Sari's a sweet girl, and the last thing I want is for her to worry for me. I already have to deal with that here. Anyway, while I still have some time, I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna go on a walk for a bit. See, being like just outside the cabin for fresh air, like sure, like I understand if she has like cabin fever a little bit and wants some fresh air. Stand outside the cabin, you know, something like that. Going for a walk, Like, that is the stupidest thing to do when you are supposed to be hidden. Like, why? As I step out of the cabin, I look up to the stars. I hope Zero's alright. As I approach the door and place my hand on it, it opens from the other side. Shut up! Whoa! Guy was fucking sacked! Ah! Sir, we're gonna be arriving right now. Where do you want us to take him? Take him to the holding area. I have Miyuki there ready to guide you. You're not coming with us, sir? I'll be a little late to the party. I have to speak to Julia. Understood. These guys are definitely the bad guys. They have to be! We have their names! Like, there is no reason we know all three of these dudes' names. They could have easily been Agent 1, 2, and 3. Like, these guys have to end up being, like, the real bad guys or something. I swear. Like, I swear. Like, there's no reason we would have their names. Let's get this bastard out of here where he belongs. After I arrive at the back entrance of the office, the three agents take the man to the ominously dark and tall gray building. I head for the main office where Julia is impatiently waiting for me. If those guys aren't the bad guys, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. I'll be like, why did we even get their names? We got their names, their interests. Connor likes long walks on the beach. There you are. Sorry that I'm late. Sure you are. Did you get him? Yes, we're bunking him in a cell right now. Thank God. I'm beyond tired, and here you are making my night even more stressful. I'll just rest for a bit. I can handle the interrogation myself. We're getting another one? I know you can, but I still need to be involved. Procedures have to be followed. I understand. Let's get going then. One more thing, Zero. What is it? I want to talk to you about how you've been acting lately. Why would you want to do that? Because I'm worried about you. You don't need to worry about me. Yes, I do. How can you tell me not to? Did you see what you're becoming? I'm gonna be real. I can't see what he's becoming. He feels like he's been the same the entire mod. Like, has he been changing? I thought he's just been the same. Why does everyone keep sitting here being like, you're so different? He's been acting so different lately. And I'm like, he has? I just thought I thought he was always aloof. Like, this is how he's been acting. He's just been an asshole. He's just an asshole. He was always this. Becoming? Not becoming anything. I've always been this way. I've just been suppressing it. Yeah, we've been doing a good job of that, but the first part's right. Why? Because there wasn't a reason to act on these instincts, Julia. Monika's involved in all this bullshit, and I'm the cause of it. I begin to raise my voice. How could you expect me to just be okay with it? With all of this? If I had never come here, Monika wouldn't be in this mess. Listen, I know that's what happened with you and Izuki still strikes you. But that's in the past now. You have to focus on the present. What the hell do you think I've been doing? I'm not doing a lot of this for Izuki anymore, Julia. You're not? I'm doing this so I don't have a repeat of Izuki. I see. Well, I'm hoping for the same thing. The day that Ashley told me about my relocation and reassignment. Couldn't believe it. So I had so much to do, so much to say to Izuki. It's in the past now, okay? Just like my father. What he did to me and the hell I put you and Ashley through raising me. Nothing in the past ever disappears, Julia. It's still always going to affect you in some way or another. Whether you run from your mistakes or you embrace them, is the hard decision we have to make. I chose to run, which is why I tried to forget it all and start my own life. But look what happened. I only brought danger and harm to Monika and myself. The only way I can live with everything is to end this nightmare once and for all. Julia, once I find out who caused all of this and take them down, I can finally rest. Are you absolutely sure we can find out who that is? No. But Monika doesn't deserve a half-assed attempt at this. I'm giving it my all, because she deserves it. I see. Well, please don't lose yourself in your anger and frustration, okay? I don't want anything bad to happen to you because you got worked up. Julia, I've been restricting my emotions ever since I read Ashley's final poem and Monika's response to it. You saw that? You knew about it? Yeah, it was my idea. I wanted to learn more about Ashley, and the best way for that was to read her poetry. I see. I also overheard you and Monica talking about me while I was in the shower. Damn it. The reason I've been acting strange lately, Julia, is because I can't fathom another mistake. Can't let anything else happen that I would regret for the rest of my life. I'm allowing myself to freely perform my duties as I used to, without emotion and conscience. Don't you think that's a little dangerous? I don't care anymore. Well, alright. Let's get going now. Julia silently nods her head, still processing the information I've dumped on her. Again, he seemed to do his missions a lot with no emotion before. I don't understand. Also, I'm like, that seemed to be the way he handled a lot of his missions from the beginning of this mod. Was with no emotion or conscience. Well, actually, I don't know, maybe he did have a conscience. But the emotion part. Walking into the cell, I could tell the other 3 agents to leave. Oh, I said I can tell them to leave, but I choose not to. The man in the suit sits in the middle of the room, tied to a chair. When all 3 of them leave, I close the door behind them. Taking the potato sack off his head, he looks at me in the eyes, furiously. Loosening the gag, I let him speak. What is this? Who are you? His initially angry startup caused me to slap him at the side of his head. Ah! What are you doing? He struggles in his restraints and tries to shake out of them. Shut up! I need something from you, and you're going to give it to me. Why would I give anything to you? You just kidnapped me! Oh, don't be so melodramatic. You'll be fine as long as you tell me what I want. What could you possibly want from me? You've been flaunting quite a lot of cash, aren't you? You think you meant to say, or whatever. Staying at one of the pricey hotels in the city. You didn't really miss much. We just talked to Julia about how we don't want to make the same mistake with Zuki that we made with Monika. The same mistake with Monika we made with Zuki. And we grabbed a guy off the street with the other 3 agents, who we have names for.
Okay.
Staying at one of the pricey hotels in the city, wearing expensive suits, hiring people to attack innocent women. What are you talking about? That's a severe accusation. I haven't done anything wrong. I reach into my pocket and grab my phone, opening it and turning the screen toward him. Is this you? Damn, we really hit him with the "is this you?" and it's like his old Twitter profile.
Is you? Tweets from 2011, huh?
Is this you, huh? Playing Roblox, huh? What's a grown-ass man doing on Roblox?
What you doing out there?
He looks at the picture and starts to pale on the top of his profuse sweating. Yeah, so? What exactly were you doing in there, doe? Who? That's not my name! Then let's see what your name is. Feeling reaching in his coat to retrieve his wallet and begin rummaging through it. I'm trying to find a photo ID, a black metallic credit card, some membership cards, a photo, and around $100 in cash. Making eye contact with Doe every minute or so, we continue to examine the contents of his wallet. First, I slide the photo ID out of the leather pocket. The name reads John Ketter, and the ID itself is long overdue.
I said sorry because someone howled in my background.
I didn't even hear it.
I don't know if you heard it. Okay, good.
Jane Doe? No, this is John Doe. He's like a A-rank character. Oh, this shit. I clicked out the game. Damn it. It's clearly a forgery. The biometrics are purposely made these numbers to avoid detection. Under the guise that the holder is still able to validate it and use it as normal. So, that's no use. Putting the ID back into the wallet, I slide out the credit card. It is in excellent condition, almost as if it never been swiped before. Less to be expected. Cards like these are for pretty important people with massive bank accounts. This could be our direct link into finding who appropriated that $3 million. Glaring Doe in his eyes, I slide the credit card into my pocket. We'll see about that $3 million, won't we? Hey, don't take that! That belongs to me! This guy just says the obvious.
He's a cartoon character.
Returning my attention back to his wallet, I scour through the various businesses and membership cards, finding nothing useful in the end. Next, the photo. When I slide out of his sleeve, I hold it out enough so that the light and illuminate it. Well, not life, so the light and illuminate it? Okay, yeah, that isn't messed up. Damn it. So the light illuminates it, I guess. It's of a Polaroid photo of a woman and a child sitting in a grassy field. That's basically all there is to it. Nothing that's out of the ordinary. Who's the woman and child? They're my wife and my son. A wife and son, eh? With this kind of job you have here? I don't know what you're talking about. What were you doing in the warehouse? Grabbing his coat, I pull him toward me and raise my voice. I was making a trade deal, damn it! A trade deal? Go on. Why do you need to know? Stop playing dumb and tell me what I want to know. You're not fooling me with your innocent charade. Sighing, I attempt to slip the photo back into his wallet. Something catches my eye. The width of the photo is too thick. Pressing my thumb against one of the corners, the picture folds over on itself. Wait. Grabbing the corner, I peel and discover there was another photo underneath it. It's a photo of Monika and me walking home from school together. What's this? Turning the photo and face him and watch his face turn pale. He stutters for a solid minute, assuring me he's speechless. His defeated demeanor vanishes to reveal a sinister grin. You're a perceptive one. I'll give you credit for that. I don't need your compliments. Tell me why you hired people to hunt an innocent girl. Why would I ever tell you that? Because if you don't, blood will continue to shed. And what would lead you to think I cared? I gently gesture the picture at him. Your wife and child. They have nothing to do with this. Oh, but they will. What do you mean? On the bottom of the picture is black ink saying Furano Hacchiato and a reasonably recent date. So I assume this woman is in Furano, in the Hacchiato prefecture in Japan? Pfft, what use will that do you? Opening my commission phone, I dial Julia's number. His line rings, stand back and pat my hands off my slacks. What are you doing? Julia, can you get me a ticket to Japan? What? Or specifically, Hacchiato Furano. It's nice over there right now. Are you sure about this? Yes, I'm sure. I could do a few jobs over there at their field office anyway. You know, get real acquainted with the area and the people. I'll see what I can do. Thank you. Ending the call, I close my phone and lean against a nearby wall. You wouldn't dare go after my family! They're innocent! Innocent? You want to talk about innocent? Look at what you're doing. You're hiring people to assault and kidnap an innocent teenage girl! And you want to talk about innocence? Grabbing hold of his tie, I lift him by the collar. Where's the logic in that? Where in there would you get your edge? In the game that we're in, my dear Mr. Doe, we shut ourselves off from the ones we care about. But no matter what, we all have our lines. Our boundaries, per se. It's our own decisions that'll influence if we go over those boundaries. Me making a visit to your wife and child wouldn't be much different than your men visiting my girlfriend. And I think you owe me a few. You're right. I hired random criminals to work together and kidnap the girl. Of course I'm right. I don't and won't put myself in a situation like this and won't know any better and not know any better. One thing I would like clarified is why you're hunting this girl. Why are you going to these extreme lengths just for her? She isn't even a Zuki. I'm well aware that Monika isn't a Zuki. Him knowing her name sends a shiver down my spine. What is going on? And why are you going after her? You see, Zero, our focus isn't on Monika. It's on you. Me? Start explaining. You're both a threat and liability. That's actually... how did you not see that coming?
Didn't we literally theorize that, like, at the very beginning of this or something?
We want it on you. What? What do you want to do with me? It's almost as if I'm like a really competent, powerful agent or something. And I've constantly been a thorn to your side. What do you want with me? You're saying that like I don't already hear it often. What makes you so special? We've known about you for quite some time. Initially, we could just ignore you and it wouldn't be a problem. But just like your track record dictates, you're unpredictable. However, after some close watch, we were able to manipulate you. Manipulate me? Step by step, you just kept making it easier for us. What are you talking about? Does any of that have to do with Azuki? Where is she involved? Ah, her. She disappeared and wasn't seen again. Rumor has it she committed suicide shortly after you left. What did he say? Dizziness begins to fog my head and my body begins to feel cold. No, get over it. Can't afford to think about that right now. Keep your composure, Zero. Swallowing excess saliva, look back down at Doe. Why was she involved in this in the first place? Why did your focus transition from her to me? You were exposed to information that we simply couldn't have out. Information? What are you talking about? Isn't it obvious? What does he mean? There has to be something else we aren't seeing. Something else we just aren't getting. You know, looking at the reason why we even accepted the contract in the first place, let alone assign a 4-digit to it. Ashley had said it was for efficiency. Does that make any sense to you? Yes and no. I can understand why sending 1 4-digit instead of a team of 5 digits is efficient, but not for this type of ordeal. The agency wasn't interested in protecting Azuki. What? What do you mean by that? Records indicate the agency was more focused on her father. What exactly am I going to be protecting her from? Or there's a group of organized crime members that apparently want to kidnap her and use her for ransom. There's also a possibility due to her father's wealth, there might be a price on her head. Mizuki was entirely innocent. Their focus was her father. Her father was in possession of the information while I was protecting her. Whatever the information was, it was enough to get my organization involved. It was substantial too, because instead of a normal team, I was assigned to the contract. That means you threatened Izuki to keep her father from talking. Haha, correct. Who sent you? Who sent me? That's a fairly strange question to answer. You already know who we are. All you need to know is we've had our eyes on you. What? Before you go, I need you to listen to me about something. What is it? They're going to have their eyes on you. Just don't do anything stupid. Like always. Zero, I need you to be in formal attire ready for tonight. What's going on? Going to a high-class gala downtown. You want Izuki to come along? Yes, I have a business errand to do there anyway. Prime Minister Hasao's assistant, Hanzo Hagashida, is going to be there. I see. I'll be ready, sir. Izuki's father was a pretty successful businessman. Could have had a large number of people turn against him, but these people were specifically affected by him. Who would go as far as these people have? What information does your father have, Izuki? Doing to deliberate eternally, a strange feeling begins to cover my body. Wait a second. He said they had their eyes on me. You're with Hagashida. Ding, ding, ding. Yes, sir, you are correct. You people were right there the entire time. It played perfectly into our favor. But now you're a threat that must be mitigated. As he finishes, his lips turn to a demonic grin. The hell was that? Turning around to stare at the door. What the hell? As I said, Zero, you're a threat that must be mitigated. You son of a bitch. The entire charade you put on earlier. It's to buy time, wasn't it? Of course, I don't have anything to gain from hiding these things from you now. But I bought some time for a while for my few of my colleagues traced and followed my location. God damn it, this isn't good. A lot of people in the main building aren't armed. They're going to die. What are we going to do? No, this is all too real. It can't be happening again. Izuki, I'm sorry that I didn't catch on sooner. I wish I could change it. My heart pounding continuously in my chest. I feel my body grow hot. I bring my hands into fists. I try to contain my anguish with every last ounce of my strength. Izuki. Taking one intense breath, I close my eyes to focus. So you need to keep your head clear. Don't work yourself up now. Not when there's a problem right here. I exhale and run to the door and exit the cell, ensuring it locks behind me. Zero. Julia, Miyuki, and Foster run down the hallway toward me. I need you to get control on the upper floor and lock down these cells. Can't afford to risk any of them. Good idea. As for you, she cautiously stares me in the eye. You're to defend this installment. No limitations, no restrictions. Those are your orders. Yes, ma'am. I mean, as for you. What? I thought you just gave me 2 orders. Okay. Running away from her, I unholster my handgun and ready it. Good luck, Julia. Likewise, Zero. They're getting closer to the building! Pick your shots, don't fire blindly! 3 on the left! Get down! 2 agents holding the front lobby duck behind cover. Ripping the knife from my victim's body, I sheath it and recover the man's weapon. Dressed in all black combat attire, wearing a pretty beefy looking plate carrier. Too heavy, they'll slow me down. As I turn the corner of the building, I see a huge group of the raiders. More than I can reasonably assume. The agents at the front of the building are desperately trying to hold off the horde. I shoulder the corpse's rifle and grab the rest of his magazines and stuff them between the sides of my pants. Crouching, I take position next to a car and start to aim. I instantly aim for the raiders closer to the entrance. Oh my god! Firing 4 rounds, I strike 2 invaders in their upper chest and duck behind cover. No doubt, the muzzle flash gave away my position. Moving down a few cars, I retake my position. 3 more are sprinting toward me, so I aim at them. All 3 of my targets drop lifelessly to the ground. Rounds impact the car next to me, causing me to scoot back further. Gripping the rifle in my hands, I start to dash to the left. Reaching one of the outside walls of the campus, I get over it in a matter of seconds, dropping down to the other side. Walking towards the front gate of the facility, I peek out to survey the area. Several groups of the raiders approach the entrance of the main building before me. As I ready my weapon, I hear someone approaching me from behind. Pivoting my hips to the left, I turn around and swing the butt of the rifle. Ugh! Slamming the butt of the rifle against the side of my aggressor's face, he stumbles back. Not allowing him to recover, I drop the rifle and grab hold of his arms. Twist them into an angle that restricts his movement. I maneuver myself behind him. Letting go of his arms, I quickly bring my hands up to the man's head, snapping his neck. I reach down and grab hold of his handgun and remove from the holster. Turning around to use the corpse as a shield, I aim the handgun at the 2 other raiders sneaking up on me. Nice try. Both the bodies hit the ground. I recover my rifle from the grass and eject the magazine. Grabbing a fresh magazine from the side of my pants, I insert it and pull the charging handle back to check the receiver. Feel good to go. Turning the corner and stepping off behind the wall, I time my shots and focus on the raiders approaching the left side of the building, near the holding and cell area. As I focus fire onto them, I hear footsteps to my right. Foster slides under the barrel of my rifle and sits next to me. Sorry I'm late, sir. I had a little trouble back there. He raises a handgun of his own and starts to fire with me. Where's the rest of your team? Scattered around the campus. Haven't had any contact with them since the raid started. You know how the medical wing is faring? They're not holding out, sir. Front entrance was breached and the staff is struggling to defend themselves. Hold this position. What are you going to do, sir? I'm going to follow orders. I take the final remaining magazine out from the side of my pants and hand it to Foster along with my rifle. When you're out of ammo, use this. Make these rounds count. Remove my handgun from its holster. I grip it tightly into my right hand and start sprinting to the medical wing. Approaching a group of the raiders from behind, I wrap my arm around one. Before I can react, I place the barrel of my handgun against his neck and fire. Throwing the corpse to the side, I lunge forward at the others before me. Picking one to the ground and dash to the side to avoid the fury of gunfire going on around me. Get out of my way. All of you! As I continue to fire and push my way through the bodies I lay, I keep my mind on the goal. Front entrance of the medical wing has been breached, and I run through the remnants of the door. Please don't hurt me! I hear a woman crying for her life down the hall to my left. I've been completely silent as I skulk down the hallway, I peer into a hospital room. One of the raiders, still dressed in black, holds a rifle at a nurse's head. Holding my knife-long hand, I sneak up behind the raider and suddenly smack the side of his weapon, causing it to fall off to the side and away from the woman. Taking this opportunity to bring the knife to his throat and slice it open. What? Blood begins to pour down his chest as he reaches for what used to be his neck. Pushing him to the side and kneel to the woman. Are you here to save us? Get out of here. Go to the back of the campus and into the clothing bay. There are agents there holding the fort. You'll be safe. But there are others that need my help. How can I leave them? You're no good if you're dead. Do as I say and get out of here! She hesitantly nods and stands up. Before laying her out the room, I exit the room and make sure it's clear for her to run. Go! Thank you. She runs down the hallway and safely out of the building. Looking at the knife in my hand, I stare at the blood covering the blade in my hand. I'm completely covered in the blood of my friends and my allies. Tightening my grip around the knife, I lower my hand and look down the hallway. 3 raiders walk through the busted door behind me. Being quick on my feet, I jump to the side and kick a gurney toward the closest. Remember when this was about Monika?
Yeah.
It collides into him, stumbling him and allowing me to jump on. Swinging my legs to gain momentum, I kick the side of his head. After he hits the ground, I push my feet forward to further push the gurney. Pulling myself backward, I hop off the gurney and straighten my forearms to block an incoming blow. One of the raiders slams the butt of his rifle against my arms. Grabbing my right hand around his rifle, I pull him toward me. Once we make contact with each other, I pivot my hip clockwise and throw the man over my shoulder. Third pushes the gurney back into me. As the rail touches my hip, I throw myself over the gurney just enough to land on it. Effectively riding it away from the raiders, I turn around and line up my shots. When their bodies fall limp, stop the gurney and get off of it. But a heavy set of footsteps come from behind me. Turning around to see a huge raider step out of a hospital room, wiping blood off of a long silver blade. You're regarded as strong, but not anywhere near me. Killed defenseless people. Being into form, raising my arms, I wave them over. Now try your luck with someone ready for you. I'll crush you like a kitten. Cracks both his neck and knuckles as he steps towards me. I have to reload before I can continue firing. I need to make this quick. Grabbing hold of the gurney, I kick it down the room toward him. Using both his arms, he throws the gurney up with raw force. Taking this opportunity, I throw myself back onto the ground while grabbing a magazine. Allowing myself to roll from my back and onto my feet, I eject the magazine. Using the momentum of my swing, I launch the magazine out of the handgun and send it soaring toward my attacker. It strikes on the bridge of his nose and he stumbles him, allowing me to roll behind. Vigorously pulling the trigger, I unload round after round in his behemoth upper body. But he turns toward me and tries to swing. Throwing my upper body backward, I somersault away. God damn it, go down already! Each viable round flies into my target, but doesn't seem to offer any resistance in my favor. As if he's ignoring every one of them and continuing towards his goal of killing me. I don't have the ammunition to keep wasting. My only hope is to rupture an artery and cause him to bleed out. From this position, I have little to no luck. Shoving my handgun into my pants, I retrieve my knife. He swings toward me, allowing me to maneuver backward, barely evading his attack. Pushing myself across his side, I shove my knife through his gut. Screaming as loud as I can, use the energy of force to cut through him. Sliding past him, using the left foot to stop me and my right to launch me upward. Grabbing his shoulder, I bring myself closer to his neck. Gah! Yeah, he may be stronger than me, but I'm faster than any of my opponents. I take my blade and rip it into his throat. And with speed, I have precision. Breaking the blade clockwise, I tear through the muscle of his neck. Releasing my grip from his neck, I fall to the ground and roll away. He reaches for his neck and tries to stop the furious amount of blood pouring from it. But he quickly turns pale and topples over head first. Taking a second to recover my breathing and my resolve, I stand back up. Scavenging as much ammunition as I can, I start to head toward the back, toward the holding area. My lord, I need to drink some more damn water. There's just so much fucking text. Busting through a door leading me to the main lobby, I see Julia throw a raider over his shoulder. She twists his arm afterward, forcing him into a lock. Once he's immobilized, Julia presses the barrel of her handgun against his head. Running up to her, she and I make eye contact. All I do is nod at her, both of us lowering our weapons. Oh my lord, finally! Here, I think you need this. Yuki hands me a damp paper towel. Hastily accepting, begin to clean my face. How are you feeling? Julia curiously looks at me from her desk, hands folded and her face contorted into forced professionalism. I feel fine. There's a sense I ignore the soreness and the exhaustion while it rips into me. Resting my forehead against the wall to reduce dizziness, I close my eyes. Are you hurt at all? A few scratches and bruises. Nothing serious. Good. What about you? Well, I need to redo my makeup. Not terribly tragic. Burning with irritation, I push myself away from the wall and head for the door. I'm gonna step out for a minute. Back to the sky. Stepping outside of the main building, I lean back against a nearby wall. Controlling my breathing to a systematic rhythm, so I clear my mind to recover my bearing. All of a sudden, Agent walks past me and nods at me. Thank you for your help, sir. Don't mention it. You doing alright? Oh, don't worry too much about me. I'll be good as new in no time. Glad to hear. Go rest up now. Both nod at each other and he walks off. When he walks toward the parking lot, I reflect on everything that happened. We know who's responsible for this now. And after this attack here, we now have more than enough motive to go after him. This has been going on since Azuki. That's right, Azuki. I know you of all people wouldn't harm yourself. I'm sure you're out there somewhere. Phone vibrates in my pocket, distracting me from my reveling. Look at the screen to identify the caller. It's Jeff. Answering the call, places my phone against my ear. What is it? We have a problem. What do you mean? An apprehensive shiver starts to trickle down my back. Cabin has been ransacked. I can't find Monika anywhere. Zero? Are you fucking serious? I just was like, oh, maybe she wasn't kidnapped. I guess I was wrong. Well, wah wah. Womp womp. Remaining silent, I end the phone call before saying anything. Pocketing my phone, I start toward a cell with a certain individual in it. Throwing the door open and slamming it shut behind me, I face Doe. Back so soon? Where is she? My voice calm, I cross my arms, peer into the soul behind his pupils. My, whatever do you mean? Looks at me as light smugly. Oh, are you referring to the fact you neglected Monika? How tragic for a pretty girl like her to be put in this position. Rubbing my hands into fists, I walk closer to him and never take my eyes off his. As I said, step by step. You keep making it easier for us. They have Monika. Options are limited now. As mine runs through the 1,000 scenarios I can take here, only 2 things really pass as possible. Oh, I get a choice? Okay. FYI, each ending is pretty long. Yeah, actually, I was probably gonna fucking stop it here, to be honest.
Wait, how long have you been going for?
We've been going for like an hour 30.
Oh shit, okay, yeah.
I was probably gonna stop it here
Realistically.
since it is late and it's a weekday. We'll definitely continue this during the week, though. But yeah, I feel like this is a good cliffhanger stopping point, especially since, as I figured also with Fruits, these endings were gonna be fucking long. But, well, looks like I was wrong in the beginning, but I was right later. She was like, oh, I thought she got kidnapped. I guess she didn't. Well, Yes, she did. So once again, I ask, what was the point of training her? What was the point of teaching her self-defense if she never got to use it on anybody? She still ended up getting kidnapped. Like, what was even the point? Like, I don't understand. Also, I know I mentioned it earlier. I also already mentioned earlier about the dumb decision of her to fucking walk outside the cabin. So, I mean, I guess even if she didn't walk outside, I guess it still would have been ransacked, I suppose. But, yeah, other than that, I know I made the joke where I was like, remember when this was about Monika? Yeah, this is kind of a common issue with this route. For some reason, this Monika route doesn't even really feel like a Monika route. A majority of it seems like it's more based around MC and also Azuki.
I saw someone say something interesting earlier in the chat. They were saying it's really uncanny that this mod is copying fruits plot beat by beat, and I was like, okay, so I know what the problem is. They're literally copy pasting everything in this fruits route, and Monika's just in it too. So that's why it's not really focused on her.
Potentially, I don't know. I haven't played Grisaya, so I'm not gonna use that for my critique since I
That's what someone in chat said.
Yeah,
so
no,
I
that's
assume
just
they played it.
what someone else said. I'm just going with it. But yeah, it's like it feels like this is more of an MC route than it is a Monika route because it's barely even focused on her. Like, sure, we can have little actions of MC here and there, but it's like we've been here with him for so long. Like, as someone in chat said, I forgot Monika was even a character. Like, this feels more so like we're just focusing on him. But, I mean, yeah. I mean, the action scene was cool. It's just, you know, kind of wish it wasn't just MC route a lot of the time. But anyway, that is it for now. I guess this will be... We'll probably get both endings just so we can see what they are, obviously, like I've done with all the other routes. In terms of which choice I'll pick first, I don't know. I'll pick the choice I think will lead me to the good ending. But anyway, if you want to download this mod for yourself, the link will be in the description below. This has been Zero. Peace.